everyone, in this video I'll be talking with you about the topic diversity within unity in schools. The increase in diversity within the nation and its schools poses serious challenges as well as opportunities. An important goal of the schools should be to forge a common nation and destiny from the tremendous ethnic, cultural, and language diversity. To forge a common destiny, educators must respect and build upon the cultural strengths and characteristics that students from diverse groups bring to school. At the same time, educators must help all students acquire the knowledge, skills, and values needed to become participating citizens. Cultural, ethnic, and language diversity provide the nation and the schools with rich opportunity to incorporate diverse perspectives, issues, and characteristics into the nation and the schools in order to strengthen both. What do we know about diversity and education? What do we know about education and diversity, and how do we know it? This two-part question guided the Multicultural Education Consensus Panel that was sponsored by the Center of Multicultural Education at the University of Washington and Common Destiny Alliance at the University of Maryland. Diversity within Unity is a product of a 4-year project during which the panel reviewed and synthesized research related to diversity. The panel's work was supported by a grant from the Carnegie Corporation of New York. The panel members are specialists in race relations and multicultural education. An interdisciplinary group, it was made up of 2 psychologists, a political scientist, a sociologist, and 4 multicultural education specialists. The panel was modeled after the consensus panel that developed and write reports for the National Academy of Science. In academic panels, an expert group decides based on research and practice what is known about a particular problem and the most effective actions that can be taken to solve it. The findings of the Multicultural Education Consensus Panel, which are called essential principles in this publication, describe ways in which educational practice related to diversity can be improved. These principles are derived from research and practice. They are designed to help educational practitioners in all types of schools increase student academic achievement and improve intergroup skills. Another aim is to help schools successfully meet the challenges of and benefits from the diversity that characterizes the United States and its schools. We believe that schools can make a difference in the lives of students and are a key to maintaining a free and democratic society. Democratic societies are fragile and are works in progress. Their existence depends upon a thoughtful citizenry that believes in the democratic ideals and is willing and able to participate in the civic lives of nation state. We realize that public schools are experiencing a great deal of criticism. However, we believe that they are essential to maintain a democratic way of life. We have organized the 12 essential principles of the above project into 5 categories. These 5 categories are teacher learning, student learning, intergroup relations, school governance, organization and equity, and assessment. Although these categories overlap to some extent, we think that this organization will be helpful to readers. Now let's talk about assessment equity in a multicultural society. In the past, there were no substantial challenges to the idea that standardized, mass-produced assessment would be universally beneficial. Culture was ignored or minimized as a factor in creating testing routines or in interpreting testing and assessment data. In recent years, challenges to this idea has arisen, but the primary pressure for the consideration of cultural context in mental measurement has come through the courts rather than through the academy or the testing profession. The more linguist studies and the semantic and practical meaning conveyed by language, the less comfortable they became about the possibility of accurate measurement of tests that use language as a medium. It is beginning to be believed by many that the most critical measurement points, at least as far as language is concerned, are the ones least susceptible to quantification. Psychologists do not appear to be responding to these issues as the acceptance of the reality of diversity will undermine the possibility for standardized, mass reduced, universally applicable measurement instruments. It must be recognized that cultural pluralism is a reality and not rhetoric. Cultural salience seems to be a taboo topic in testing, but it is one that can be ignored. Courageous psychologists must decide whether the profession will consider taboo topics and whether it will embrace beneficial professional practice. Equity attempts to look at the justice of a given state of affairs, a justice that goes beyond acting in greed upon ways and seeks to look at the justice of the arrangements leading to and resulting from those actions. Note that the actions do represent an effort at being just as much as the laws represent our legal and written efforts at justice. However, just as law cannot anticipate all eventualities, so too our actions and social arrangements may be found wanting in the face of both unforeseen occurrences and our evolving notions of what is just. Equity inhabits that ground between our actions on the one hand and our notions of justice on the other.